Hello dear students, welcome to Department of Chemistry, KTHM College Nasik. So friends, in our previous video, we started our discussion about the thermal techniques. We studied the definition of thermal techniques, and afterward we started our discussion about the thermogravimetric analysis. According to our definition, the thermal technique is a technique in which the physical and chemical properties of the substance are measured as a function of temperature, is known as a thermal technique or thermal analysis. The thermogravimetric analysis is one of the thermal technique in which the change in weight of the substance is recorded as a function of time or temperature. If the temperature is varied, then we will get a corresponding curve in which the weight change is recorded as a function of change in temperature. It means the thermogram is obtained as a change in weight versus the temperature, and if the temperature is kept constant, then the corresponding thermogram will be the weight change with respect to time. Now today in this session we are going to discuss about the instrumentation of a thermogravimetric analysis. Instrumentation. Very first I would like to tell you that in an thermogravimetric analysis, thermobalance is used as an instrument. Thermobalance. Now let's start. At the center of the instrument, a sample holder is placed. Suppose this is our sample holder. The sample holder is having a very important component, that is the temperature sensor. So this is your temperature sensor. The sample holder along with the temperature sensor is enclosed in a furnace to maintain its temperature. It is enclosed in a furnace. Suppose this is our furnace. Now the sample holder along with the temperature sensor is connected to four more important components. The first one is the atmosphere control. Atmosphere control. Second is a recorder. Next one is a furnace temperature programmer. Furnace temperature programmer. Next one is a recording balance. And this recording balance as well as a recorder are connected by balance control. So it will be your balance control. So this is an instrumental components. This is your furnace. This is the sample holder. Consisting of a temperature sensor. So this is an ideal block diagram for the instrumentation used in a thermogravimetric analysis. Now we will discuss about some important components. So we start with the first one, balance. First important components. First important component is a balance. So as far as the discussion and about the principles of a thermogravimetric analysis, in thermogravimetry we are measuring the change in mass, or you can say the change in weight, and therefore balance is unheard of the thermogravimetric analysis. There are certain important characteristics that must be along with the balance in order to have a good or accurate result. The first important characteristic is that it should have a rapid response for small change in mass. It should have a rapid response. It should have a rapid response for small change in mass. Second thing, it should have a mechanical as well as electrical stability. It means that it should not disturb with a small change in a mechanical or electrical disturbances. It means that it should have mechanical as well as electrical stability. The next important characteristic that should be with balance is the accuracy and sensitivity. Accuracy and sensitivity, and even the precision also. It should have good accuracy, precision, and sensitivity. Generally, two types of balances are used. The first one is null balance and second is a deflection type of a balance. So two types of balances are used. The first one is null balance and second is a deflection balance. It was an account about the first component of the instrument, thermocouple. Now the second one is a sample holder, which is the heart of the instrumentation. Second important component, sample holder. Generally, the sample holder is made from quartz, glass, alumina, stainless steel, etc., etc. It is made from glass, quartz, alumina, stainless steel, etc. The important parameter which should be checked in an sample holder is the geometry, shape and size. Which parameter should be checked? Geometry, shape and size. Actually, the geometry and shape is depends upon the type of analysis which we have to carry out. It depends upon the type of analysis carried out. And second thing is about the size. The size of a sample holder depends upon the quantity of analyte. Size depends upon quantity of analyte. It depends upon quantity of analytes. Now, as far as the discussion, the geometry of the sample holder depends upon type of analysis to be carried out. If we are studying the decomposition reaction, obviously in order to evolve the small molecule in the form of gases, the flat crucible should be preferred. In some cases, we study the decomposition reaction in which the breaking or cleavage of a bond is to be studied. In that case, a deep crucible type of a sample holder is used. Or in some cases, the partly covered crucibles are used. So which type of geometries are preferred generally? Flat open crucible, sometime deep crucibles are preferred, or sometime half covered crucibles are preferred. It was an account about the sample holder. Now the next component is the furnace. This is our furnace. Third component is the furnace. The furnace, along with the heating element, depends upon the temperature range at which we are going to measure the change in weight. It means that the choice of the furnace, or you can say the heating element, depends upon the temperature range. The choice of heating element and the type of furnace depends upon temperature range. Now the next one is a temperature programmer. Temperature programmer means what? It is the part of heating element. Next component is a temperature programmer. Fourth one. Temperature programmer means what? Heating elements. For that purpose, a various type of thermocouples are used. As the name indicates, thermocouples. It is nothing but the combinations. So various combinations are employed depending upon the temperature. For example, if the analysis is to be carried out up to 1373 Kelvin, then in that case, generally chromel alum couple is used. Chromel alum couple is used. Means if the heating temperature is 1373 Kelvin, chromel alum couple is used. If the analysis is carried out at a certain elevated temperature up to the 2023, then in that case platinum rhenium couple is used. And if the temperature range is above 2023, then in that case tungsten and rhenium is used. Above 2023 Kelvin, tungsten, rhenium couple is used. In short, I can say that which type of thermocouple is to be used, which type of combination is to be used, depends upon the temperature range. At a lower temperature, a chromel alum couple is used. Up to 2023 Kelvin, platinum rhenium couple is used. And if the temperature range is above 2023 Kelvin, then tungsten and rhenium couple is used. So it was an account about the fourth component. Now the last component of instrumentation is the recorder. I will write over here. Last component, fifth component, recorder. Recorder. In fact, the recorder is inbuilt in the instrument. We will get directly a plot of a change in weight with respect to temperature. And obviously this plot is a XY plot. So we call it as a XY recorder. So generally XY recorder is used. XY recorder is used. Alternatively, in thermogravimetry, a time-based potentiometric strip chart recorder is also available. But generally this recorder is never used because the XY recorder is a good one and having a very useful information that can be predicted very easily, and therefore XY recorder is preferentially used. Which was the another possible recorder? Time based potentiometric strip chart recorder. So friends, in this way, these are the important components of instrumentation, that is the thermobalance. With this procedure and by using these components, we will get a XY plot, that is the change in weight with respect to temperature. That part we will discuss very soon. If you want to take a screenshot, you just take a screenshot. We will proceed for our further discussion. Now our next part is the TG curve. TG curve. TG curve is also known as a thermogram. After doing analysis by using an instrument, we will get an output of analyte in the form of a curve, weight versus temperature. This curve is known as a TG curve, or alternatively we call it as a thermogram. The change in weight with respect to temperature is known as a thermogram. So friends, in fact, the thermogram is a characteristic curve of each component. It is an characteristic curve of each component, or you can say the sample or analyte. Different analyte will have a different TG curve depending upon their nature of bonding, depending upon their stability, and all other many properties affecting over the TG curve. We will discuss after this discussion about the factors affecting on TG curve. Right now we have to just discuss the components of the TG curve. As per as the discussion, I told you that The TG curve is nothing but the curve of change in weight, change in weight with respect to temperature. In thermogravimetry, generally we are getting staircase curve. We are getting staircase curve, staircase like of curve in this way. In this type of curve we are getting. But as far as our discussion, we will just consider a piece of this curve. So for our discussion, consider the ideal TZ curve. This is your change in weight. This is your temperature. Now this curve consists of various portions, or you can say the various regions. For our understanding, we will give the names or symbols A to A dash. It will be the A dash. This is your B dash. So in this TC curve, the A to A dash is the horizontal portion, and even B to B dash is also horizontal portion. This horizontal portion indicates that there is no considerable change in weight with increase in temperature. Because if you think the curve, the temperature is going to increase, but the weight is not changing in that proportion. It means that with increase in temperature, the mass does not changes considerably. So it was the horizontal portion. So the horizontal portion of curve indicate that there is no change in weight, no change in weight with temperature. In another word, you can say that the horizontal region or horizontal portion is the stability region. Obviously, from A to A dash, since the mass does not changes, it means that the substance is a stable one. And even in another horizontal portion also, from B dash to B, there is also no that much considerable change in weight. It also indicates that whatever the component or compound is formed at point B dash will be stable for further temperature up to the B. It means that this is the stability curve, you can say. The curved portion from A dash to B dash, the curved portion from A dash to B dash indicate the change in weight with the temperature. The curved portion, that is A dash to B dash in our diagram, indicates that there is a change in weight with temperature. There is a change in weight with temperature. Now, up to the point A, the compound is a stable one. And after the point A, once the temperature is increased, the decomposition will start. And at point B, the process of decomposition will be finished. Beyond B dash, whatever the residue obtained after decomposition will again stable for further temperature. So this is an ideal thermogravimetric curve, that is the TG curve. So friends, it was an account about the thermogram. Now in the same way, the thermogram will be obtained in another thermal techniques also. In each technique, a very small changes will be there in the thermogram, depending upon the desire of various properties, depending upon the properties which we are studying under that category, we will get a little bit variation in a thermogram. However, all the thermograms obtained in a various thermal technique will be identical, probably or maximum, and therefore we must know the detailed portions and the meaning of the various parts of the thermogram. Mind well, the horizontal portions indicate the stability. In the first portion, the sample was stable up to point A dash. After A dash to B dash, the decomposition will take place, and after B dash to B, again the horizontal portion is obtained. It means that the residue obtained at B dash will be the stable for further temperature. In fact, we have already discussed the curves in a gravimetric analysis, but in that case we were igniting the sample up to the constant weight. Here we have to measure the weight along with the change in temperature, because we are discussing about the thermal techniques. Okay, so if you want to take a screenshot, you just take it, or if you want to note something, you can note it. Okay, so friends, I have already told you that there are many more factors which affect the nature of a thermogram. It was just an ideal thermogram, but there are many more factors which will change the nature of the thermogram. So in this video we will stop here. In our next video we will discuss about the various factors affecting on thermograms. So thank you very much for watching this video.